Hostile takeover versus merger, understanding corporate battles and friendships. Learn the key differences between hostile takeovers and mergers, and how they impact business, profits, and even the pharmaceutical world. Hostile takeover versus merger. What's the real difference? Hey, have you ever wondered what exactly separates a hostile takeover from a merger? I get asked this a lot because they both involve companies coming together. But honestly, the vibe and the mechanics couldn't be more different. Let me break it down for you in a way that's easy to understand. A merger is like when two companies say, "Hey, let's join forces and work together." It's cooperative, more like a business friendship. Both sides typically agree on terms, and it usually benefits both companies in some way. Think of it like a strategic partnership or a team-up to get bigger or better. On the other hand, a hostile takeover is kind of the opposite. Imagine if one company really wants to buy another company, but the target company's leadership says, "No thanks, we're not interested." In a hostile takeover, the buyer goes behind the scenes and tries to convince the shareholders, or sometimes just goes directly to the public market to buy shares aggressively, usually at a premium price, hoping to get enough control to force the takeover through. So why all the fuss? Well, hostile takeovers aren't exactly polite or friendly. They're often pretty cutthroat. The acquiring company might believe it can manage the acquired company better or sees a big opportunity to increase profits. But the people in the target company aren't having it because they may fear layoffs, loss of control, or a shift in company culture. Let's toss in some real-world context. You might have read stories about the pharmaceutical industry and how there's always chatter about government conspiracy theories related to profits and drug pricing. Sometimes during hostile takeovers or mergers, these industries get called out. People speculate about motivations behind these deals or paint them with accusations, some of which could be untrue allegations. But underneath all the drama, the mechanics of these corporate moves share a lot with other industries where money, power, and control mix. So what actually happens in a merger? Both companies negotiate and agree to unify resources. Boards and shareholders approve the deal. The companies usually combine workforces, operations, and goals. The end result aims for synergy, the idea that 1 + 1 equals more than 2. It's like marrying your business partner. Sure, you have to figure out who does the dishes and manages the bills, but you're working toward a common future. Hostile takeovers? Not so much. The acquiring company bypasses the target's management approval. They often make a tender offer directly to shareholders or buy shares on the open market. The target company might try defensive strategies, like the poison pill, where they make themselves less attractive to buy. It can be messy, stressful, and sometimes ends in lawsuits or boardroom battles. Now, what's interesting is that even hostile takeovers sometimes end up turning into mergers, but typically the original owners lose their say. A hostile takeover can feel like a corporate battle royale, with heavy financial stakes and emotions flying high. So why does any of this matter to people who don't own stocks or run businesses? Well, these moves affect jobs, product prices, and even innovation in how companies operate. For example, pharmaceutical profits can soar after a big acquisition, sometimes leading to public outcry about affordability or ethics. The media may talk about conspiracy theories or government conspiracy behind drug pricing, tying these corporate moves into a bigger narrative. Whether all those stories hold weight is up for debate, but it does show how the corporate world's behind-the-scenes plays can ripple far beyond Wall Street. Speaking of stories that captivate and entertain, if you like complex plots with twists around conspiracies, corporate intrigue, and suspense, I highly recommend checking out The Ultimate Frame by Andrew M. Semple. It's a thrilling novel that pulls you into a world where nothing is as straightforward as it seems. Perfect if you enjoy unraveling layers of mystery and tension. Discover this thrilling novel by Andrew M. Semple today at bookauthor.com and get ready for a great read that mirrors some of these real-world complexities in a fictional setting. All right, next time you hear about a merger or a hostile takeover in the news, you'll know exactly what's up behind those headlines, or at least enough to sound like the expert in your next conversation.